respect to transmission line, then also you will see a challenge called reflection. A reflection coefficient is something which tells you how much amount of energy is reflected back to the source. Okay, so in case of reflection, you would see signal transmitting through transmission line due to impedance mismatch from load side. It will present some amount of energy. Okay, the some amount of energy will be reflected back to the source, and it will keep going on until it reaches a steady state condition. Okay, the coefficient, the reflection coefficient at source side can be simply calculated by series resistance, series impedance seen by your IC driver, output drivers, okay, minus your impedance, transmission line impedance over RS plus Z naught. Likewise, you can also calculate the reflection coefficient seen by your load side. Here is an example of how a reflection would occur, and what you would get when the reflections challenges comes. Okay, so this is pretty much model as a Thevenin equivalent model, wherein you have a source voltage of 1 volt, which is a steady state condition of a signal. We are taking a bias condition here, not as a transient response. Then you would see a series resistance of 50 ohm. Okay, as you know that output drivers have a low impedance, and the input drivers will have a large impedance. Now then you have a 100 ohm transmission line impedance. So when you put into the formula, you would see that at source side you have a negative reflection coefficient, and at load side you have a positive reflection coefficient. So now once your signal reaches a steady state condition or a bias condition of 1 volt, the signal, now the circuit can be equivalently model as a voltage divider network, wherein you would see voltage at a steady condition will be somewhere close to 0.95. But when you take a transient response, one need to actually divide the time scale into 1t, 2t, like we have done here, and propose, let's say in this case it is minus 0.31, and in this case it's 0.81, right? Negative coefficient. So when the output driver sends a signal to this, which is, let's say in this case is maybe 1 volt. Okay, the reflection coefficient is multiplied by here, and at 1t, whatever the voltage you would see here will be the you know incoming voltage, or overall multiplied voltage by the amount of voltage which is leaving here. So the amount of voltage which will be leaving at 1t, sorry, at 2t, will be multiplied, okay, 1 volt multiplied by 0.31, and whatever the voltage come, let's say I'll name is x at 1 multiplied by 0.81. So the voltage you'll see at this condition will be addition of this and this, something like a Kirchhoff law. Okay, you will have to calculate this condition voltage and then draw a transient response of that, and in this case you would see that your voltage is overshooting, wherein the bias condition is 1 volt and the overshoot is somewhere close to 100 millivolt. This response need to be at least connected for the one cycle of a clock or a signal, to understood what is your overshoot, positive overshoot, and what is your fall, overshoot, and undershoots. Okay, so how do we solve these challenges? The best way is that you add a termination resistance, which will take out all the extra energy which is proposed to this voltage divider network. Okay, so basically, in a simple sense, if you make your numerator of your uh, source side reflection coefficient, that means if you match RL with Z naught, okay, which is 100 minus 100 will give you 0, and anything divided by 0 is 0. So there wouldn't be any reflection from source side, sorry, load side, and hence there will not be any reflection from source to destination side. Okay, but the condition at bias condition, okay, you will see that your voltage has dropped down to 0.67, right? Your steady state condition was 1 volt, but this is the cost which you have to pay once you start adding these topologies in order to avoid these challenges. You won't see any overshoot undershoot, but there will be chance of voltage drop inside the signal, but until and unless it does not leave the thresholds, the high thresholds and low thresholds, uh, we should be fine with that. Okay, now a transmission line will, now we spoke about reflections. Okay, now reflections will represent, as I mentioned in last couple of slides, it will have challenges like high state overshoot. It will also represent challenges like ringing, which takes larger settling time. The steady state condition will be much, and then you would also see that your logic states work between high threshold voltage and low threshold voltages. That means when signal reaches VIL voltage levels, your receiver will understand that okay, this is a low level logic. Okay, likewise it goes for high. So there's a transition happening from 0 to 1. Okay, but due to ringing, due to problem like reflection, you would see ringing challenges, and ringing is where you see that it has touched your VIH twice. That means it could give you false data to your receiver, and this will create a large impact in a timing analysis, meaning that if you have to match a setup and hold time requirement, then you have to start considering the steady state condition, the time taken to reach steady state condition. The more is the ringing is, the more is the timing violations are. So we should be thinking about how to reduce these challenges. Okay, the next couple of slides, I'm going to talk about crosstalk. Uh, so crosstalk is basically when there are two nets close to each other. Okay, and the current flows in the first net influences or generates some amount of energy and couples to the other net. So if I say this, I have a signal 1, and if I have a signal 2, when signal or transmission line 1 driving a signal 1, okay, it will induce some amount of energy in form of magnetic field. It will also create electric field. Okay, and these two fields will basically start coupling energy to victim net. A victim net something when you say that the large amount of voltage is coupled here, and that is causing to again trigger wrong data at receiver side. Okay, so there is a lot to understand in a crosstalk, but the intention here to give you a top level idea. Now, crosstalk due to electric field is basically caused by the geometry it proposes. Now, what you would see is you would see a crosstalk in this condition that you